The Imperium is my father's folly. I try to believe in it because I want it to be true. Because just like I wanted my great buildings to be true, and the perfect societies that would use them to exist. But they cannot be. There is no such thing as perfection. Humanity is too chaotic to accept true order.
You are weak. Badly forged iron looks strong, but it's brittle as dried reed. You never understood. People cannot be forced to live to an ideal. They must be led. You would build a perfect world, realizing that at the final moment of its greatest mar were the people living in it. Now you would destroy them to save your creation? You are a memorial god, Bo, a tomb lord. You cannot achieve the impossible, so you rage like a child. And now you have unleashed this horror upon us because you can accept no compromise?
People do not listen. They do not know what is good for them.
People don't bow to you without love, without respect. Great tyrants rule with the blessing of their people, effective ones through fear. But no tyrant ever achieved anything through indifference. You have scolded your way to damnation. You refuse to accept the love of the people. You were given a probation of a god and an army to conquer the stars, and your first act was to decimate your own legion?
They have failed.
Failed to do what? Be the best? You waste your men to prove a point that needs no proof, and then grow angry when no one notices and praises your self-sacrifice? Your petulance has cost this planet whole generations for its youth, bringing your legion up to strength again and again. You have been an absent king. You have not seen the empty schools, the haunted mothers, the husbandless women.
My brother Kurz did worse. I have come to set things right, not to destroy everything as he did. This punishment for treachery must be borne, but I will rebuild Olympia.
Comparing yourself to the worst of your brothers to excuse the enormity of your own crimes? Listen to your words. Setting things right would be to cease recruiting and to hear the grievances of the people with forgiveness in your heart. Not this massacre. You slaughtered the delegation that came to see you, brother. In that moment, you lost. You lost everything. This was a good place once. Bellicose and unfair, but it had its measure of beauty and nobility. You have destroyed all that. Why, brother?
I have other brothers now, my true siblings. I am not yours.
And do they care for you as your family here did?
Damikos never cared for me.
No. He only adopted you in his household and raised you as his son.
I calculated risk. He used me for his own ends.
He reached out to you over and over. You're blind as you are selfish. All warped up in yourself and your brilliance and your difference. I cared for you.
What of it? What good did the affection of mortals ever did for me?
You always thought yourself superior to those around you.
I am. Look upon me, foster system. I was made by the Emperor of all mankind, one of the 20 suns forged to conquer the galaxy. You are withered, yet I am young. Of course I am superior.
What happened to the man I knew who wished for no more war? The boy who drew such wonderful things.
Nobody wanted them. The Emperor uses me for the most thankless tasks, My men are thrown against the worst of horrors, given to the most grueling roles. We are divided, our talents ignored, our might reduced to the splitting rock. My father ignores me. My men go unsung. Our triumphs are unremembered. My brothers mock me as my men bleed. Nobody cares.
Is that so? Let me present you a different hypothesis to you, brother. Use that fine mind of yours to judge its worth. Here's my vision of the story. The Emperor of Mankind came here and found a son who he valued. He saw an indomitable will with unshakable determination. He recognized that you will not give up, that you will not rise to the best of any difficulty, that the tedious to you is as necessary as a challenge to overcome as the glorious, and neither to be shrieked. Seeing these qualities in you, your father set you difficult tasks, not because he saw no value in you, but the exact opposite. He can trust no one else to get them done.
That is not true. He underestimates me. They all do.
For a long time, I thought you were a fool to follow the Emperor. After all, he is a tyrant like all the rest. Look what he has done to you, I thought. He has brutalized you, and your wars have brutalized your home. But the truth is, brother, I have followed your campaigns carefully. I noticed a pattern that disturbed and then alarmed me. Always you do things in the most difficult way, in the most painful manner. You cultivated a martyr complex, lurching from man to man, holding out your bleeding wrists so they might see how you hurt yourself. You brood in the shadows, and then all you want to do is scream, "Look at me!" You are too arrogant to win people over through effort. You expect people to notice you there in the half-darkness and point out and shout out, "There! There is the great Perturabo! See how it labors without complaint!" You came to this court as a precious child. Your abilities so prodigious that nobody stopped to look at what you are becoming. Perturabo, this will anger you. But you will never truly grew into a man.
I am not a man. I am far more.
In those words is the poison that spoils your potential. It is not the Emperor who has driven this world into rebellion. It is not he who has held it back. It is you and your woesome egotism. Let me tell you, my brother. You who affects to despise love so much yet certainly crave it all over things. You are the biggest fool I have ever met.
I am far from a fool, sister. I wish for more from life. I hope to build a better world for people. I have found that there is only brutality. Whether the court intrigues of the tyrants or this war to conquer the stars, it is all the same. Violence is the constant of human existence.
It need not be. That is violence within you. Speaking.
No. I know my limitations. My temper does not cloud my judgment. It focuses it. Humanity is venal and fractious. It can never be governed as one. Everything else is an impossible dream. There is no peace. There is no goodness. And in such a flawed universe, there can be no mercy for traitors. You have lived long enough